Yo, what's up YouTube? This is that boy Cam, and today's video is going to be a gun review over the PPSH and Call of Duty World War II. Now, what I think about this gun is probably one of the better submachine guns in the game, and actually one of the better guns in the game. This gun has pretty good recoil, it has a pretty good fire rate, and pretty good damage. It's probably a well-rounded gun. In a way, a little bit like, well, it's not similar to the ACR, but the way its usefulness in this game is kind of close to the ACR now. Is it overpowered? Yes and no. And the reason why I feel like it's overpowered is because really anybody can really use this gun to tear shit up. Now, why I think it's not overpowered is because ever since they patched it, they kind of changed I think they changed the recoil of it. And maybe, I think they also changed the damage output. But even after that, this gun is still usable. And I like this gun. It's probably one of my favorite guns in the whole entire game. Now, I'm about to show you guys the stats of this gun. Alright, as you see, this is the stats for the PPSH. Now, as you see, I have it on level 10. Later in the video, I'll show you guys what attachments you want to use with this gun. But anyway, let's get into damage now. It has 6 damage, and it's tied for the highest damage with the grease gun, the MP40, and the Sten. But I believe the fire rates are different between all four of these guns. Now, see, damage for the gun, it is pretty good. Like I said, it's the highest in its class, tied with, the guns I just named. So it has a pretty good damage to it. Now look at his range. Now his range is, I believe, one of the worst. It's like it has one of the worst ranges in the class, other than the Wafe, which I believe has like 4 range or 3 range. I think it has 4 range. Now the accuracy for the gun is pretty decent, 6 accuracy. That is actually pretty good, and if you use grip and other attachments with it, the accuracy will go up for it. So yeah, remember, use grip whenever you use this gun. So if there's one attachment you definitely want to use for the PPSH, is grip. That will help you out a lot when using this gun. And last but not least is the fire rate. The fire rate is all the way to 8. It's not the highest in the class. I believe the Wafe has the highest. I believe it's either at 9 or 10. But it's higher than most of the submachine guns fire rates, which is pretty good. 8 fire rate is pretty good with a 6 damage. That's already showing that this gun is for real, like for real, ain't no joke. And its capacity or magazine pretty much has 35 bullets. This is without extended mag, and it'll give you up to 105 bullets. Now, let me show you guys what attachments you want to use whenever you're using this gun. Alright, here's my first setup for my PPSH class. Now, normally I use the Thrive because the Thrive just feels much better. If you don't have the Thrive, it's alright. The variants don't make the gun better. I just like the Thrive because I like the way the little sight looks. That's why, in the way the gun pretty much looks, period. Now, the division I use for it is obviously airborne, because airborne, you move faster and you move for a longer distance, which that combination will pretty much make you, if you're really good, will make you nearly unstoppable with the fucking PPSH. Now, for basic training, I use Hustle, because a lot of times whenever I get into gunfights, I have to reload, like just like everybody. They have to reload, or they'll pre-reload, and then they'll end up running to somebody else they have to, fight. So whenever you're on this class, I do recommend Hustle. You can use any basic training you want, but I'd recommend Hustle, depending on like what your playstyle is. Now, as you can see, I use grip and I use rapid fire, and that helps a lot whenever I am using this gun. In the secondary, that really doesn't matter. Tactical, that really doesn't matter. All that stuff really doesn't really matter. But now I'm about to show you my second setup of what I use for the PPSH. Alright, this is my second setup. Now, usually in this setup, sometimes I don't use airborne, sometimes I'll use infantry, sometimes I'll even use armored, or even use I forgot that one with the fucking ghillie suit and shit. You know, the one using the sniper. I forgot the fuck that was. But anyway, basically, I usually use infantry majority of the time whenever I use this. But during this time, I was using airborne. Now, the reason why I'm using airborne during this time because I love using that suppressor. I love using that suppressor because I don't know, the suppressor seems like it helps the PPSH like kill people faster. That's just me for some reason. But as you can see, I have 3 attachments to it. I have grip, I have advanced rifling, and I have rapid fire. Now the reason why I have 3 attachments obviously because I have primed. Now if you don't know what primed basic training is, basically that helps you with flinch, and that'll help you have 3 attachments. Now when using this class, obviously I can't reload fast, but usually whenever I use this class, I'll use it whenever I'm playing game modes like domination, or if I'm just playing pretty much kind of laid back, not really get a lot of kills and stuff. When I'm trying to go for a lot of kills, I'll use hustle for my basic training. But this will help you out a lot in like one-on-one gunfights, because the more attachments the better. So yeah, man, make sure y'all use this attachment too. These 2 attachments that I showed you will actually help you get better using the PPSH. There's other attachments that might help you get better, but these are the 2 that I mainly use because this works for me. Like, usually some people just don't want to use any attachments period, or some people like to use the little sight on it or whatever, and some people might not even like using the variant that I'm using. Well, this is not even the variant, this is the original one. And like I said, I like the Thrive the most. I only have two PPSH variants, but the Thrive is the one I like the most, to be honest. Now, yeah, this is pretty much what I like using. Like I said, some people like different things. This is what I use to get better at the game. This is what I love using. It depends on the person. So now I'm just gonna show you how the gun shoots, and the accuracy, and pretty much everything else about the gun that I haven't really talked about. Now this is what the normal PPSH looks like, and this is pretty much how it shoots. Now, as you can see, it has pretty good recoil. I'm just kind of 3 bursting it because I'm trying to like hit everything. But it doesn't actually shoot like this. This is me just shooting at 3 bursts. Sometimes I'll do that if I'm like very far away. Like if somebody's like far away from me, I'll like 3 burst them just like that, so my accuracy won't go off. Because even though the PPSH does have a good, it has a good recoil, sometimes it might not have the best recoil at certain moments. So that's why I usually 3 burst it when someone's far. If someone's close, I'm spraying at your ass, like straight up. But yeah, this is pretty much the PPSH, the regular one. This is how it is. Now let's see if there's a difference between this one and the other one. Alright, now here's the Thrive variant for the gun. Like I said, this is pretty much my favorite variant of the gun. So I'm gonna just use this in the video. As you see, this is how it looks. It's pretty much black, gold. Yeah, pretty much black and gold. And it shoots the same. And you can see how the sight looks. The sight looks way better than the, the other sight for the regular PPSH. and this pretty much helps my accuracy a lot. And putting the suppressor on there also helps. For some reason, it helps my accuracy a lot too, but it also decreases range, which is weird. I don't know why. I don't know why Call of Duty suppressors have always been like that. But yeah, I think that Thrive is the best variant for the gun. And yeah, pretty much that's it, man. I just want to show you a real quick gameplay of me using the, not the variant, but me using the regular one, because I want to show you guys how I can still kill shit with that. Yeah, man, that's pretty much gonna do it for my first gun review. Like I said, this is my favorite gun in the game. The PPSH is pretty good ass weapon. Now, are they gonna patch it and should it be patched? Well, first of all, maybe they might patch it again because, I don't know, Call of Duty love patching stuff, so they might patch it again. You never know. Now, do I think it should be patched? No, because it's not too overpowered to the point where it dominates the game and that's the only gun you see. I don't think it deserves to be patched again. But yeah, man, got to get to the end of the video. Leave a like, sub if you new. This is Dat Boy Cam, and I'm out. Peace to y'all.